I can feel the Reaper following me. All these motherfuckers want me to bleed. Unspoken promises I need to keep. So if you try to take me down, then I'll give you the finger. Give you the finger. Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Jujutsu Kaisen Episode 5, Cursed Womb Must Die, Part 2. I actually didn't realize that this was intended to be a two-parter. I should have probably watched them together. Sorry. Last time on Jujutsu Kaisen, we headed with our squad to a detention facility where a potentially special grade relic was sighted, and we headed there to forestall its awakening and hopefully prevent a calamity. Unfortunately, as we ventured deeper into the space, we discovered that, nope, it's awake, and it popped out half metapod and started wrecking everything, forcing us into a life or death struggle, rock and a hard place situation. So we had everybody flee with the exception of Yuji, and he let Sukuna off the leash in order to handle the monster. Sukuna handled it with ease, which I think is great for just building up how powerful and scary Sukuna is. And now he's not getting back on the leash. In fact, the leash is nowhere to be seen, and Yuji seems to be fucking gone. I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know what it is about. Maybe it was Sukuna invoking his domain or something that severed his connection to Yuji, and as soon as they step out of it, it'll be fine. That's my kind of prime theory at present. But maybe this story goes a direction that I totally didn't expect, and Yuji is just dead and gone, and we're just living with Sukuna for the rest of this story. I feel like that's not the story that we're dealing with here. But it could be. It could be really cool. A full switch of who is truly in power, with Yuji being the one who can occasionally exert influence and say things on a body that is no longer his. I don't think that's where this is going, but this is scary enough that it could really upset everything. And the scariest part is that we were promised a core character death and we still haven't had one. So who's it gonna be? It could be Yuji, right? It really could. I don't know. Fushiguro says that if things go wrong, he'll have to put Yuji down, and I think I've made my position clear. I don't think he's got the chops. We just saw him get beat by Godwomb, Godwomb get trounced by Sukuna. Transitive property can't do that. Fushiguro's fucked. Uh-oh. He says with a smile, grinning with glee. Gosh, guys, this week has been a week of twists, turns, catastrophic annihilation and loss, destruction, failure, death, murder, horror. This has been a lot of a week. I'm so down to have some dope shonen at the end of the week to just put a bow on it, and now I'm scared that our dope shonen is going to be full of twists, turns, death, murder, core character deaths, complete annihilation, etc. So maybe I don't get a break. Good. Good. I'll take it all. I want to take a shot at drawing from memory with no reference. It's important. A representation of Sukuna's like shrine place, because that was really cool and it stuck in my mind. And I don't know, I've got this idea that it's like slightly different every time he summons it. I know that's probably not canonical, so I'm gonna use that as my excuse for why my shrine thing doesn't look anything like the canonical shrine thing. Cool. But then that's actually roofed over like that. I'm gonna say this whole corner piece becomes this like spiked horned thing. I remember it having horns. Roof dogs only, roof dogs only. And then it's sort of like pagoda or something. Forgive my handwriting. It just sort of appears on a lake, right? Like, just a waterscape sort of appears around it. Fucking rad. I don't even understand how this thing being leads to Hannibal Lecter slices of people. That feels like all that I wanted here. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the previous episode and look at the actual shrine to see what it looks like, because I'm now curious, having racked my brain. Oh shit, that's crazy. Okay, so I missed reflection in the water because that's obviously important. It does have horns. They're way cooler than what I did. The pagoda-ness is different. Uh-huh. And I didn't recognize that it's got mouths behind it, really. Like, it's all teeth and jaws. Like, added extra things, just like Sukuna. Ah, fitting. Way cool. Okay. Alright, here we go. Cursed Womb Must Die Part 2. Let's see how we handle an off-leash Sukuna if we can. Beep beep timer. I should say, 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, early access on Patreon, beep beep timer. Let's go. Hi, buddy. Uh-oh. How we doing on the other side? Similar. A gate. Uh-oh. Does he feel the other one? Yes. I'm a little scared. No way. That doesn't mean it's over, though. Ah. He just loves being shirtless. Ah, the rain on my skin. It's gonna start with killing you. Okay, or not. Killing himself? He can't switch back. Num 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 num. A little bit stronger. Oh shit. Heartless. Yeah, I thought so. So will he still be able to turn back? What? Yeah. Whoa. That's a good plan. No heart, can't live, can't switch. What if he does it anyway? He would, right? If Yuji can switch back, he'll switch back and die, rather than kill Fushiguro. Oh. Alright, we'll see. Feels like there are all sorts of options now. Okay. Sneaky bugger. Where are we? What? What is that? What was that? Uh. Uh-huh. I think he overcame that. Oh, you view that as weakness. Hmm. Hmm. That seems like a tough one. I don't know, man. This is worse. But it's for Yuji, right? Aw. Aw. Uh-oh. Just dancing. Again, hands in pockets. This is bad. Unless you've got a plan here, Fushiguro. Alright, we're just getting played with here, man. God, this looks good. My serpent, bro. He just ports. That was cool. We're going nuts with impact. Alright, this is going badly. Yeah, he's just so fast and strong. He isn't even whipping out his abilities. Yeah. You got a plan, man? No way! Whoa. Hmm. It's for the girl. Eh? He's already read completely through your plan. Yeah. God damn it. It's just like fighting a wall. Punch, ow, punch, ow. God. That rocked him, huh? So we still don't know. Oh. And she got that. Huh. I like that a lot. So he sees himself as a. What happened to her? And was that directly related to the father? It's unclear. Or was that a collage of different things? I don't know. Uh oh. Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh, is Gojo here? What just happened? Oh, he's talking to him. Hmm. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. I'm doing this heroic shit, but it's for me. Sweet. Oh, wow, it worked. What the fuck? Oh, he's gonna die. Excuse me? So it's a wrap on the conflict? Yeah, the heart part. He dies. He'll be back. So he dies but does not become fully Sukuna. Holy shit! Going for the social check? Alright, it's been a fun show, guys. Main character's dead. We're done here, right? Halfway through the episode. Yuji Itadori must live. Wow, that was wild. Okay. What can we do next? Oh. They used the cursed womb? They set this up using a precious oh, that is weird, but awesome. And everybody sees them as totally normal. Yes, just for one. I wonder if that's related to any of the stuff that Megami was talking about. Name me Megami without even knowing my gender? He did. Not that it was ever gonna work. Aw. Now, why did you then? So you think they sent... So you think the Jujutsu sorcerers actually tried to kill Yuji too? It was that both sides were a conspiratorial setup. Who are you? Half dead. Aww. Hi. He's got like 4 fingers in him, too. I think that's the point. Get the fingers back. Very confident in her morgue abilities. Oof. What does that mean? The girl? Immediately breaks down. So that's so funny. I'm not like one of those girls. How are we gonna resurrect this boy? Oh, hi! What's in the bag? Oh, finally! Why is he just saying food? Great. You seem great, Panda. What is the glasses and stuff? What? He can what? He can what? And he's not here. Aww. Nope. Chrysalis. Hmm. I wish. The worst game. Going for bro. Come on. Ugh. Meteor smashes don't exist. This is an inter high, isn't it? This is an inter high, isn't it? This is Magic School inter high. What the fuck? We go from main character death to an inter high battle tournament? Tournament arc? No main character? I still haven't been able to read his armband. That's why we got sent on a death mission. Oh. Well, we'll see. Seems like bigger things are afoot. Compete for your fallen friend. Are we gonna have Yuji as a background dead dude? That's like the purpose for these characters? He's so limited. There are only so many things he can say. Curses rule everything around me? Are you a coffee? Or a volcano? They're not lies. That's cool logic. He's a volcano. Gojo. Huh? On your side? Yeah. Sa. But is it Sukuna or is it Yuji's own? He's in there. Okay. So we hinted at it enough. That's why we don't really spend that much effort on mourning. That's still a rad power play to kill your main character, even if it's a fake out. There is a world where you can do that, where you can have this like super super gung-ho neketsu good boy protagonist who inspires all the others and then dies, and then they use him as like their reason for being. It's a way of allowing your cast of not very interested characters to have a reason for being really interested. It's the way that they did the setup of campaign 3 of Critical Role. Not going to spoil any further than that, but the campaign's setup is that. So, immobilize Gojo and get Yuji. And we don't even know who those individuals were or who they were talking to. The guy with the scar. I mean, they're all curses, but he's probably a sorcerer? Wow. We get a little walk? Well, you are a panda named Panda. Do they understand what he's putting down? Or does he just say stuff? Good job. uh, uh. Ah! I don't want to know. Okay, rad. The least expectable part. Option ends up being the option. In a way that I didn't expect. It ends up being such a cool, malicious, cruel, perfect ploy from Sukuna. Makes perfect sense for him to do something like this. Rip out the heart, prevent you from regenerating. Now it's your choice. And it's, at the end of his rope, speaking to the person inside, Fushiguro talks to Itadori directly. And it's that connection, I infer. It's that, there's a lot of stuff in this episode that's not, like, fully explained. So forgive me for misunderstanding plenty of it, which I'm sure I'll do. I infer that it's that connection, that emotional connection that he makes to him by answering his previous question that allows Yuji to take back over. Very cool. The environment, the rainy day, and all of the gray ends up being a cool palette and backdrop for our fight. I felt like the lighting on the fight felt right for the environment, for the circumstance, and our characters running at each other and all the spinning, rotating shots as we use that CG camera stuff, and then our incredible uses of momentum, like stop, start, hold, punch, hold, impact, are so cool all the way through the episode. As far as visuals, those impactful, literal movement moments are what stands out to me, along with the character sort of, I guess he's actually got his arms down, right? The whole time, just body moving, dancing around, be the leafing his way around all of Fushiguro's attacks. It's like a continuation of the feeling of last episode of being up against something way bigger than you that you don't have a shot against, except this time it's Fushiguro, and he holds it together in a totally different way than Yuji does. I think it's really interesting seeing Sukuna's perspective on Yuji's moment of weakness, especially given my interpretation of Yuji's moment of weakness as he was running through his regrets and failures and like his weakness, recognizing it. And then seeing Sukuna so disdainful for it and using that as his like, no, I get it. This kid's got no guts. He's not going to kill himself. I believe that my ploy is going to work. Fushiguro hits back with, you don't get him at all. You don't understand him at all, man. And I agree. That's cool. Very cool. I like that we build up to Fushiguro's maximum power. And he says burning your life energy away, and that might be literal. And it's enough to get Sukuna excited, at least. I don't think even at his fullest, Fushiguro had a real shot there, especially with another finger consumed and all that. I don't think so. But it was cool to see that he's got more in the tank, right? I also really like his sort of care for his shadow animals. When he starts going through the ones that are lost, Divine Dog White and the Great Snake are gone, I feel a real sense of loss. And then he dismisses Nui to keep that one protected before it falls apart too. That's cool. There's so much that's just straight unspoken and we don't know what's really going on, like about the broader politics and interactions all across this. And so many hints dropped about crucial backstory stuff, especially for Fushiguro, that don't get totally tied together in story. This girl was the kindest that I ever knew, but she was cursed. And then in the same breath, he goes, my father, who named me Megami without even knowing my gender, is still out there in the world somewhere. That might be, I think those are separate things. These are injustices that he sees in the world that contribute to his worldview of unfairness is the only fair thing in life. That unfairness is at least doled out to everyone. But that's kind of absurd. That's not true at all. Tons of people get way less unfairness. I guess that's unfair, right? So it's a self-defeating statement, I think. Yeah, it is a self-defeating statement, just grammatically. But it still has meaning to it, even if it collapses in on itself when you really think about it. It still has obvious meaning to it. It's got a we're all in this together kind of vibe, like everybody's in the shit. We don't have time to, So that contributes to the emotional resolution of the fight at the center of the first episode in this two-part, which was between Fushiguro and Itadori over whether they should save that guy, just his body, right? And Fushiguro saying that it wasn't worth it even if he was alive, and Yuji hits back with, then why did you save me? And it's at this pivotal moment that we come full circle on that conflict, which starts our conflict, right? We're investigating this space. We find a thing that causes our characters to come into conflict with each other. Then we're immediately interrupted by the incursion of the curse, and the fight breaks out. We're forced to split ways and do things to assist each other, despite not having an answer to that question. It all shakes down to where we get Sukuna facing down again with Fushiguro, and potentially his last words. He chooses to answer the question that set off our conflict in the first place. And his answer to it is that doing that was aligned with my core idea, because it was me just being selfish. Because it was me being selfish in that I was acting in alignment with what I believe a jujutsu sorcerer is, kind of, right? It's something along those lines. It's like, that was just in my nature to save you, because my nature is that of a jujutsu sorcerer who's one of the cogs that works against injustice, and I saw you fighting and to die, and I thought that was unjust. Therefore, it was me acting for my own purposes, not out of necessarily compassion or something like that. Okay, all right. He does some gymnastics here, but it ends up tracking. And what I like about it most is that he says he accepts that right after. He says that I did it out of selfishness, and that's all right. So if we take the perspective of this fight, and we zoom out from it and ignore all the actual trappings, all the fluff, the actual characters fighting and all the things, we can spin it as a sequence of events that is entirely related to the discussion and debate between Fushiguro and Itadori. They come into conflict. The conflict explodes to the point where it might destroy their friendship, you might say, or have Sukuna take over, or have Itadori turn into a monster and go off on his own, and they have to fight and die. It's an endgame thing, right? We come across this conflict that prevents us from seeing eye to eye. And then, over the course of the episode, with Fushiguro fighting for his ideals and Itadori fighting for his, we come to a point where we can speak to the resolution of that conflict, and resolving it does resolve the overall circumstance, right? So the interpersonal relationship gets blown out to this extra personal conflict that's visualized and manifested in the real world, and then collapsed back down to the lines back and forth and the conversation that is righting the wrong that was initially there, which fits perfectly with the idea that curses themselves, if we want to pull metaphorically out, curses themselves are the manifestation of our negative emotions. Here, our actual conflict in show is the manifestation of conflict between our characters and the negativity that results from it, the resentment and fear and hatred and anger that comes between these characters who hit a stumbling block in whether they should do some action that one of them views as ethically or morally required. I must take this torso back, and one of them views as a genuine hindrance and wrong to do, but there's a hypocrisy or a conflict there in that idea, because he has saved someone before, and he's standing right in front of him, and so that's worth questioning. So it all ends up wrapping around to this. So where we started ends up being perfect, and where we ended ends up being perfect, and our characters both grow, and one of them gets less heart. But our characters both grow in the bouncing off of each other. Plus, we get to find out all sorts of stuff about Fushiguro, his shadow magics. How it actually works is unclear. It might be somehow related to the girl. I don't know, because it that piece of information appears at a similar time as revealing that his shadow magic is different from the way that most people capture or utilize sorceress beasts. It seems like most people do it with charms, and Fushiguro's got his own method, which is interesting. I wonder where he learned it and picked it up and stuff. Or if it's just, like, more attuned to him because he's a shadowy Hiei-like-ish a little bit, right? I don't know. We should mention some visuals, right? Like just a couple of moments. Yeah, all right. How about he teleports behind you and suddenly he's there? That's a moment. How about can't keep his shirt off for more than 5 seconds? Yay! How about the dankest ploy? Pull my own heart out so that this boy can't swap out with me. How about this cool cog landscape? Honestly, it reminds me of Princess Tutu of all things. It's like stuff going on in the background. And this is his idea, his reason for understanding, his perspective, his framework for everything. A machine that goes on continuing unfairly. And she was cursed, and seems like a bad curse. Should have seen him babbling about his regrets. No way he's gonna kill himself. No chance. So I'll make him heal his heart. Can I do it? Thinks back to his own fear and comes to a different conclusion. I'm gonna do it. Can or not. The shadows pulling out from behind him, and the way we pull the camera out with it is fucking neat, man. And we kick into gear with these sequences of spin the camera and have our characters run around each other. This isn't even CG camera. It's just moving background. Looks really good. Now, it may be CG assisted for placement. Most anything can be nowadays. I just want to see how that snaps. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, they're all on 2s. Okay. So it just snaps out and then holds. Snap, hold. Snap, hold. That's cool. It looks really good. It looks way better than... It looks way more complicated in motion than I thought it was. Or than it actually is. Something like that. It's the nuance of it that makes it really work. The footsteps land right. The characters move properly in space with each other. It's all... I want to go see that again. Hold on. I'm really impressed by how... I'm really impressed by that. I love the way those two jabs look. I'm really impressed by that. There is zero jank to it. It all flows immaculately, even as we're speed up, slow down. Moving in, moving out, cut into the characters, cut out to the wide. Whoa, this flows really well. This fight's way more impressive than I felt. The snake appearing looks awesome. And then and nothing, and it full... Wow. So some spectacular effects, some incredible subtle, like, human motion, and then some crazy ballistic motion. And the raindrops serve as speed lines throughout all of it, giving us more texture to the whole thing. In for it, wham, and here's what we're talking about. You know, this is classic stuff, but we use the full pull out, so we hit, wham, all the way out, and then we shockwave, and then we boom. Yoinks! And that sends us careening through like 30 buildings or something. Or maybe that's the next one. Yep. Hey, this is big. Big, ballistic, baller, bonkers. Pretty cool. So he corners him. reads straight through him. We get this piece of background on this character that he cared about, similar to Nobara's backstory. Nobura? Backstory as well. Somebody that they deeply cared about. And as he thinks about his father, he begins to light up. Another cog in the machine of retribution. So I'll save people whether it's fair or not. I misunderstood. I misunderstood his justification as I laid it out before. I apologize. I will be just as unjust as the unfairness of the world, and then all the other pieces fit. So it's not that seeing someone experiencing unfairness caused me to want to act because I'm an arm of fairness. That wasn't it. It's that I've chosen to save people, period, whether that's fair or not. That's way cooler. Apologies for my misunderstanding. With this sacred treasure I summon. And he doesn't. And instead he answers the question. I took my chances because I couldn't bear to see a good person like you die. So it was for selfish, emotional reasons. That's okay. I'm not a hero. And he lets all of the tension drop from his face. It's really cute, honestly. It's like sweet. So I've never once regretted it. And it drops his mask. Wow! So your boy is dead, and he is apparently not dead. This shit's crazy. I don't know what this volcano guy is all about. Gojo is dangerous, and seems like he's really considering going and killing everybody in the organization. I don't know. Feels Chainsaw Man-y. I don't like this chick, but she seems competent, I guess, and she's gonna tear our boy up looking for fingers? This is really cute. I'm not the kind of girl who cries over. Okay. And we get to meet all the characters, and this is what we're really here for. Mika seems awful. Panda seems like the best guy. I don't know what to feel about Bonito Flake's boy. He's probably good. He's probably really good at stuff. He's the cursed speech user? Can he still only speak in flavors when he's fighting and using curses and stuff? I like how angular and like, how do I put it? Like kind of gaunt-ish? Kind of sharp-featured? This character is? Yeah, she seems kind of mean. In a different way. And we're off to a tournament arc. No time to dilly-dally with your dead friend who you've only known for 2 weeks. Time to compete against another tech school in team games and then individual competitions, and I'm sure that we will have the ability to bring Yuji Itadori back by the time that this really kicks into gear. So does that mean training arc next? Do we get individual hands-on training from Panda Panda? The panda? Yes. Yes! Cool episode. Really cool thematic wrap to the previous episode. I'm a big fan of where that went. Even if I didn't completely understand it at first, it was still cool then, and it's even cooler now that I do understand it, I think. What do you think? Do you think I still missed anything? It's fine if you say so. I don't mind. Let me know if there's any nuance to the discussion between Fujiguro and Yuji that I missed, because there very much might be. Similarly, I don't think we know anything else about that backstory, so I guess information about it would be spoilers. I'm really curious about it. Like, what exactly happened to her? And if that ties to what he says about having lost a partner, because she asks him, have you ever lost is this the first time you've ever lost a partner? He says, the first time I've lost one my age. So maybe she was his first partner and then died because of curse? I don't know. Anyway, a cool episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Definitely going down roads that I didn't expect, but in ways that make a lot of sense. So I'm all here for it. Tournament arc? Training arc? Sounds like fun. I'll see you next week to see what we get up to. Much love. Peace.